Hey, that's a bit of a leak. Can you not contain the pressure? That's precious water that I need to drink.
But anyway, this is the outskirts of Alice Springs, and early in the morning it is actually quite nice. The temperature drops quite significantly overnight to the point that it is actually quite cold. And that cold lasts through most of the morning, and it's not until about 1 o'clock that it gets horrendously hot. And then because the days are now shortish because it's winterish, late autumn, early winter, it's horrendously hot only until about 4 o'clock, and then it starts easing off again. And then because we have no clouds, there's no insulation to hold in the heat, so the temperature just drops straight away. But today's destination is Kings Canyon. There's two ways to get to it. The long 500 odd kilometre way, which is all tarmac, or the shorter 300 odd kilometre way, which involves going on a little bit of dirt. And I have opted to take the short journey, even though Google says it takes 11 hours to do. But well, we need the practice because we're going to be spending 3 or 4 days on dirt on the way to Perth after this. So might as well practice now and get it over and done with.
So I've been riding for about an hour or so now. And I've just come past this sign, sort of looped back around to have a look. And it says Kings Canyon travellers require, what's that, Mereanie loop road pass, something loop passengers, something from the next town's service station. Now I don't know whether this is genuine or if this is out of date, because this sign is very badly cooked, and you'd hope that something this important, they'd refresh the sign every now and then so you can at least read what it says. That's what it used to look like, that pinky. I'm imagining that used to be white even. And then the fierce Australian sunshine has worked its magic. Okay, that kind of says to me that this dirt road might not be particularly friendly, even though it's only a short section, because so far it's all tarmac and it keeps going. I've been over 100k so far, so we're not far from that town. And then it looks like not far after that it turns to dirt.
The sign back there, one of those two, says Kings Canyon's 154 kilometres away. So even if I just cruise at 50 k's an hour, which is what I normally do on dirt, we're only about 3 hours away still. Which, given the time now, is 11:15, 12, 1, 2, 2:15. It's about 3, sometime between 3 or 4 probably, is about when we'll arrive, which is perfectly fine by me. But yes, that's a gravel dirt road. It looks like a pretty good quality one, so I'm not too worried about having to tackle bumps and stuff. It looks pretty flat and level if you ask me. There might be the odd bit here where there's corrugations, but there's no heavy traffic along this road. It's just cars, I think, because it's more of a tourist drive. So even if there are any, they're not going to be hugely massive. Yeah, all good, thanks. Okay. See ya. Alright, that's 2 cars have gone past and they've stopped to say if I'm all okay, so it's all very friendly out in the outback, that's for sure. Here comes another car, let's see if they say anything. Yeah, all good, thanks. Okay, see ya. Yeah, that's 3 for 3. But yeah, the surface is somewhat variable. Some places it's quite good, It's like nice and smooth. Some places has got lots of corrugations. Some stuff's quite powdery like this, which is probably the worst bit. And then every now and then you get a little random patch of tarmac. It's yeah, one of the guys that just stopped to ask him what it's like, and apparently it's like this for the entire way. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's in the middle, but there's nothing extreme apparently, so it might take a while, but we'll get there. Well, we are doing fantastically. It's been pretty good surface. It's, well, a little bit of powder, not too much. Quite a number of corrugations. Most of them just appear to be powder really. But yeah, this is the first real set of corners. I've just come round a left-hander that way, and now it goes around a right-hander. Corners on dirt roads tend not to be brilliant on the surface, and these ones haven't. But yeah, overall it's pretty good. Probably the worst bit I've hit so far was literally straight after that tarmac bit. It was a good 100 metres of quite deep powder and corrugations. And the bike was wobbling something rotten, and I was sure it was going to go over. But yeah, twist the throttle, accelerate up, and then the bike regains stability. Yeah, we're cruising quite nicely, 60 k's an hour most of the way. Only the odd bit of traffic, nothing too major. If it stays like this for the next 100k, I'm good.
That was a long way without stopping, that was. Yeah. The surface, it was such terrible quality that I couldn't stop, otherwise I'd have fallen off. And in fact, there was one bit where it was so bad, there was like massive corrugations all over the place and really deep powder. I had a fairly large wobble going on. It took a little while to sort itself out. Bike has had a good old shakedown today for a few hours. Everything seems to be hanging on, but once I get to Kings Canyon we'll give it a look over. So last saw a sign not too far up there that said it was 30 kilometres away. And also, as you've probably noticed, tarmac. That's really like 200, no, not, and what was it, 150, 30 to go, so 120 kilometres of dirt. I think that's the longest I've ever ridden on dirt for. Gertie's lookout is just around the corner here. That's that lookout right before the big hairpins. So fingers crossed this tarmac goes all the way around and down them big hairpins, and then if it wants to turn into dirt after that, fine, it's only 20 k's, I don't mind. Oh, it's tarmac all the way, yes! Way! Oh, that's amazing, tarmac. And where does the road go after that? Does that I can see a brown line there, that might be it, so it turns back to dirt again, but this bit is tarmac. I'm happy with that. So we're as good as there. So Kings Canyon, somewhere over that way. There we go, that's the tarmac. Done. 25 k's to go. I don't know if that's to the resort. Well, it probably is, because that was 27 and a bit, and that's 25, so. But anyway, this is the last bit of dirt. I'll see you at the campsite.
So that was Kings Canyon Walk. I've got up pretty late compared to most people, but I've been lucky today. I've had fairly favourable conditions. I've had quite a strong breeze that's kept the flies down for the most part, and some overcast skies that's kept the sun at bay somewhat. So even though I've started late, it's been fairly cool and manageable. So the sign says it's about 6 kilometres to do the full rim walk. About 3 to 4 hours. I've only been almost 2, and I'm pretty much finished by now. Yeah, maybe it's harder when the conditions are hot. If you come too late and it's too hot, they will actually shut the walking route and not let you do it. Because yeah, it gets too hot and there's just no shade anywhere on this trek anywhere. Yeah, north rim, south rim, I'd probably say that out of the two, the north rim's a lot better. Gives you better views, and then you've got the little side track off to Cotterill's Lookout at the very end. And also it's not as big as I was expecting. It's quite a small canyon. Yeah, it's got nothing on the Grand Canyon, that's for sure. But yeah, it's a nice little couple of hours walk, probably retreat back to the resort.
Okay, so today is in theory the easy day, the easy day, because it's all tarmac. The only problem is, being this remote, the fuel stations tend to only stock the basics, 91 and diesel, and this bike needs 95. Now the fuel station back at the resort only did 91. Kings Creek is only 32 k's up the road. I'm willing to bet that they do the same. Then there's a huge, great big gap until Curtin Springs even, which on the paper map that I looked at yesterday looked like it might have what I need. If it doesn't, then the only other place to go is to Ulara. But to get to Ulara from here means that I would have to do over 700 kilometres on a tank. And I've done 374, it's about 399 from here to Ulara. So yes, it's going to be a bit of a squeeze, and it could be a sign of things to come as well, heading towards Western Australia. So I'm going to be going down a dirt road, and dirt roads tend to have the basics as well.
Well, I've made it to Lassiter Highway at least. I'm on about 30 k's. It's about the distance I've done since I've come onto fuel reserve. I'm on grand total about 530 something kilometres. Yeah, I'd done 100 k's the last time, and I still had 3.5 litres left, and apparently reserve comes on at 6. So I've got a fair old way to go. You can do an obscene amount of mileage bike. It's crazy. But yeah, you can either go right to Uluru or left to the other way. But the other fuel station's miles and miles and miles away. So I'm now gonna take the shorter route towards Uluru, because that place that begins with a C that I can't think of is just down that way. And I can see a blue sign from here that probably tells me how far away it is. It's got to be less than 100 k's now, but I think I'm fairly confident we'll make it to there. Uluru is not a million miles away after that, but if I do manage to make it to Uluru on one tank, that's obscene. How far can you go and not run out of fuel? It's crazy. It just keeps going. Even after the other day where I'd done 4 hours on dirt, just cruising in third gear at 60 k's, it seems to have done nothing to affect the fuel economy. It just ticks along and sips fuel all day. So frugal.
Hey, sorry?
Did you come all the way on the motorbike?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, I thought there was a British number plate or
Well, yeah, I didn't ride it straight down. I shipped it to New Zealand first.
I would imagine you shipped it.
Yeah. Although I've met some people said they've seen people on British number plates that have gone all the way
Really?
across Asia and all that, yeah.
Gracious.
So some people do it.
Both of them? Yeah, you need unleaded too?
If you do 95, yeah.
It's all the same. I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay.
It's unleaded.
It's 91 or 94. So here we tend to have open fuel, which is not aromatic.
Okay.
Yeah, so your bike usually goes on 98 or 95. This stuff won't hurt it, it's just that you won't get as many kilometres out of it.
Yeah.
$2 a litre.
When you bring your bike in from England,
Yeah.
do they check it to see if it's roadworthy? Do anything
Nothing like that. Just is it clean enough? Like, is there any bugs or anything on it?
Okay.
Apart from that,
So
it's
where'd
all
you come
good.
from? Sydney.
Sorry.
Sydney,
I arrived into Melbourne.
Melbourne.
So very, 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 very close to Uluru. It's literally a couple of minutes just round that corner. And you should, well, in places you can see, you can just about catch the edge over there of Kata Tjuta, and then somewhere behind this hill here is Ayers Rock. It's very difficult to get a view with where you see both of them. I think I've been able to see both at the same time about once or twice in the last 5 minutes, but even then it's not a proper good view. It's like you can either see one or you can just about see the other. But the main reason that I've pulled over is because of that. I don't know if it's deliberately done it or if it's just like a bit of the ECU or it just feigns, but I'm just coming along this road here. There's a... So I don't know if it's genuinely, if it just ran out of fuel then and it's picked it back up again, or if it's just pretended that it's run out of fuel to let me know that you are very desperately nearly out of fuel.
4-6.
Morning, and it's probably the coldest morning I've had so far. It really dropped down last night. It's so cold, I've got my motorcycle trousers on because it's that cold. But yeah, I was the first person here last night. As you can see, there are some other people, but they're the only ones that are left. I reckon it was pretty much full from right up to up here, because there's some tyre tracks here that weren't here last night. And I did hear some people fairly close by. And initially that was a bit annoying. But then when I was doing my teeth last night, where was I? Around about here, I think. Just the other side of them trees over there. Pretty much just where the road is. What's that? 20-30 metres. I start hearing the howling of a dingo. So yeah, it was probably a good thing that there was other people around here. Keep the dingoes at bay. Yeah, I forgot that this area had dingoes. But yeah, I can just about see Uluru over there. So that's where I'm going to be heading soon once I packed up. What's the time now? 5 to 7. I was hoping to be away by now, but oh well. Yeah, hopefully get there early enough and climb it before it gets too hot or they shut the track off. Because if you're not doing it before October, you're not going to be able to do it ever. So hopefully I'm going to be one of the last people ever to climb up.
Hi.
Somewhere to park?
If I can, please. Yeah.
You might be able to find a bit of a gap between cars, otherwise on the left-hand side of the road.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Well, that's annoying. The walking track is closed today due to high winds. And even down on the ground every now and then you get quite a bit of a breeze blowing through. And looking at Google, every day for the next 2 weeks is going to be windy. So that's pretty much it then. My one and only chance is gone, so I'm not going to be back here before October. So I came, I saw, I didn't get to climb it unfortunately. Which is kind of annoying because literally 1, 2, 3 days ago I met a couple at Kings Canyon that climbed it. So it was open just a couple of days ago. But just in the last day or two the weather's changed. The temperature's dropped, the wind's picked up. I can drive around it and see the base. Although actually it's that big that you can't really get a good view of it or picture of it unless you're sort of a long way away. But yeah, we'll finish our ride around the base. I'm about halfway around. And then on to Kata Tjuta.
So that is Kata Tjuta, and that is the road to Western Australia. Like the Mereanie loop, it says you need a permit, but I haven't seen anywhere around here that says you can buy one. I'll have a little look online, but no idea what it's all about. So that over there is Kings Canyon Walk, so that will stay open, and up this way is the Valley of the Winds Walk. As far as I'm aware, both of those will be staying open. It's just the Ayers Rock climb, like the base walk will still be open. And that gorge walk, like you're semi-climbing into it, but you're not obviously going up to the peaks. There's still a fair bit to do and see and whatever, you just won't be able to climb up Ayers Rock, Uluru anymore.